Hi guys, I'm Shmee, hello and welcome back to the channel where you join me today here to visit the craziest man on YouTube, also known as Whistling Diesel. We're here at Cody's property to come and meet with him for the first time, to take a look around, talk about some of his crazy projects and hopefully not get up to too much trouble. But of course you might be familiar with the likes of the Hellcat, with the wagon wheels, the Monster Max trucks that he's made, some of the different wheels and Reaper wheels and things he's put on side-by-side buggies. And we're driving through an area where I think it's pretty clear if you're not invited, you should not come. There are more than enough signs to let you know. Anyway, I'm taking it easy in my UK right-hand drive GT Black Series down the driveway to come say hello and meet up with Cody to take a look around. I tell you what, track cars like this are not made for driveways like this, down the dirt road, hearing the aero underneath this thing scraping away. But today is all about Whistling Diesel and things like this, just random trucks dotted around that are featured in some exceptionally viral videos. The recent videos with the G63 dropping it through the roof doing all of the durability testing have been insane. But yeah, here we are, heading down. This is not the right car to be here in. This is not the right car at all.
What's up?
How's it going?
Cody.
Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Come on in.
Wow. This is cool. I feel like I know the cars I'm looking at.
You know this?
Well, of course I've seen the Monster Max. I've seen the R8 tucked in right behind.
Yeah, so this is our smallest vehicle here, actually. We're doing some work to it right now, but yeah, thought we'd have you over since you're in America for a tour here to see everything real quick. See how like Americans do, because you guys don't have trucks over there, right?
We don't even have a normal pickup really, and
yeah,
I'm standing here and these tires are taller than we are.
This is the average smallest truck in America.
Yeah, just everyone's cruising around with
this is usually what people drive.
That's absolutely ridiculous.
We should actually go out here real quick though. I have a car that's taking off for SEMA, so you basically want to talk about everything in here?
Yeah,
All the vehicles? Okay.
Let's run outside first.
Yeah, they're taking a car right now.
And then we'll come back in here in a second. Here we are on your property. This is where everything happens.
Yep. There was a house right here. We tore it down and put the shop right over it. But this is all new, so.
This is cool. Okay, yeah, all the ramps and.
So this is taking off for Vegas right now. As you arrived here, oh, looks like we got a square body up front. But this is a '69 Charger. You guys, do many people know the General Lee down there? Over there? Like, do they watch Dukes of Hazzard? If they don't, they know it from your video. Do they watch Dukes of Hazzard though?
I'm sure people do.
Okay. I wasn't sure if they were really like familiar with the car over there. Yeah?
Well, you actually came to the UK recently.
Yeah.
You were with Mark, I saw.
Yep, Mark is awesome. Yeah.
I need to head up there and have some fun.
But if you can lean over the front, you can see the engine.
Can we squeeze through?
Yeah. 316 built it, or 316 speed built that. It's a 1600 horsepower LS, twin turbo.
1600 horsepower in an old Charger.
Yeah, it's more engine than car, so you don't really notice that there's a car here.
I make that joke. I've got a new GT500, and I make that joke about that car, that it's about the engine.
You're just driving the engine, really.
Yeah.
So yeah, then we just put this hitch on it. I don't think they know it's going with a hitch on it. It's not supposed to have a hitch, but we put a hitch on it.
Oh, well.
We're gonna be
it's heading to SEMA.
Yep.
That's cool. I'll be out there. Look forward to seeing it again.
It's the only car with a. Did you see the windshield? Does it completely destroyed windshield?
Oh really?
Yeah, because we threw a weight plate at it.
Oh yeah, of course.
So it has more character.
I saw that, of course. Yeah. That's funny that you haven't changed it yet. Yeah, oh well.
They're gonna leave it on for more attention, so because it's actually used. You know, none of the cars there are used.
That's ridiculous.
All right, well, I guess it's heading to Vegas. So
before we go inside,
oh boy,
this whole space is all yours for playing around.
So everything you can see that's in sight, unfortunately, except for that one little hill there. I don't own that. That hill is for sale. I'm buying that though because it blocks my sunset. So it's in the way. So I'm gonna tear it down. I'm gonna buy it and just
tear down the hill.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. A lot of the neighbors are complaining because they have their houses up there and their kids like to play there, but I'm just gonna tear it out. As you do.
You actually came and surprised us a little bit by following us in.
Yeah. So we bought that for a special video. and we just haven't used it yet, but we're actually gonna use it this weekend. But yeah, I've pranked several people really good with it because it looks, of course, you probably weren't scared because it doesn't look scary to you guys.
No, it's not familiar. Our police cars are all like super obvious.
Right, your cars don't scare us, so I'm sure our cars don't scare you.
Well, I saw it following and I was like, that looks a little bit fishy, and then
really?
you popped out.
Well, yeah. Here in America, it's super intimidating to everyone.
Yes.
Like the second you get behind
the big bull bars at the front.
Right.
I mean, I've spent enough time out here to recognize what would be a cop car.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the dead giveaway.
Yeah, your cars are way too obvious.
Yeah, bright.
There's a
colours.
couple undercovers, but.
Yeah, normally in fast estates.
Yeah, they don't really scare us, though. They're too small.
So, in your shop.
Yeah.
Monster Max 2.
So, if you're not familiar with it, basically we bought it as just that, as like a stock pickup truck. Or I bought it, it was my first truck ever when I was 17. And then we, kind of as stuff broke, we just redid it and built it bigger every single time and stronger. So we have these, this is a world's largest ag tire on it.
How big is that?
80 inches tall, or 70, 75, something like that. So I'm 6 foot, so they're a little taller than me. But yeah, and then to get this to work, we had to have like super large axles. So these axles alone come up to my chest, just the axle. So, but to fit the hub in there, just the hub alone is bigger than a car tire, you know. So
you need full cranes just to lift every part. Hater tears.
Yep. That's just a joke since everyone hates on everything we do so much that we just like to use that as fuel. So
how do you get up there? Ladder?
Well, you actually don't need a ladder because these are like ladders alone.
You just climb up the wheels.
Yeah, you just climb up this, and then these right here literally are just the perfect step to climb in. And then you just hold on to this up here. There's a basketball, because we were playing, it's like a portable basketball court. We were playing basketball with it.
As you do. Because this wasn't the first Monster Max.
Yeah, so this is completely redone from the first one. The first one was probably half the size, and it kept breaking, so we built it even bigger.
Yeah.
It's kind of what we ended up with, which is not completely running yet. It does run, but there's a second engine in the rear, actually.
Oh, really?
Another engine back here, which does power it once it's hooked up. All we need is someone to wire the two transmissions together. So it's kind of complicated because no one's done that before. But yeah, this rear one drives this side of that drop box, and then the front one drives that side. So and then at the bottom they join together and they both power it. So technically it does work right now, but they won't shift together. So we need someone who knows how to make them shift together.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then we're doing a brake system right now. It'll be air brakes like a semi, which I'm sure all your followers don't see much truck stuff, do they? It's mostly cars. You ever reviewed a truck? You ever reviewed a truck yet?
A couple of pickups.
Yeah.
You know, your usual, your Raptors, your new Lightning.
Yeah.
TRX.
But, we're putting air brakes on it, so it's like a semi.
Okay.
And then we just got these fixed as well. So right now the weight's sitting on these, and we're gonna have like 1,000 PSI in each one of these to be able to lift the whole body. So we had to put some seals in them, and yeah, your roads are super small.
Were you driving Hilux around? Did you experience how something like that's actually quite big?
I don't have a UK license. If you guys are watching this, the police from UK, catch me if you can, because I'm not stopping. I have a speeding ticket for 6 over there.
Oh no, 6 over.
Is that normal?
That's about the beginning of where you can get a ticket in the UK.
Okay. I figured that was like an extreme offense.
No, you're fine.
You get pulled over for 1 over?
Not for 1 over.
They're like, oh, you're going 6 under.
It's not like here. You go out the roads here and everyone's driving 20 over and not even thinking about it.
They don't do that in UK?
No.
Really? I was passing everyone.
Now you know.
So what do you do with your fast car?
You go to a track. You go to Silverstone.
Oh, so you don't go...
Or you go to Germany with the Autobahn.
You don't go 300 on the interstate?
No. You take cars like these to the Autobahn.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, talking about these, your Hurricane, your R8.
Yeah. They were clean last year. They're not now. My driveway is gravel and it's like a mile long, so they get. Well, this is from basically like a skid pad with water, so that you test your hand. I'm sure you have those out there.
Yeah, I've done those. They get filthy.
So it's all this like condensation all over it. But yeah, I bought this. It didn't look like this at all. It was almost stock. It was just on bags. Took those off. But has twin turbos, 1,400 horsepower. They spent tons of time on the exhaust, as you can see.
Yeah.
There's like 300 pie cuts on it. It was actually longer. It did a whole 360 loop right here on each one. And it was so long that when you'd backfire, the explosion ripped the titanium apart because it was so long. It was exploding inside the pipe. So, but it's super, super loud. I don't know if you want to start anything up when we're done.
Yeah,
but,
for sure we should.
Yeah, super loud.
But you drive this?
I daily drive everything, well, you know, when I can, but this has been wrecked 3 times, the front end. So I hit a Fox going 180 miles an hour, and it went through this whole bumper, through that radiator, basically like into the tire.
Oh.
Yeah, it went like through it. And then I had it hauled to another state and they unloaded it, and the front end, the same spot, caught on the trailer.
Oh.
And they just ripped the whole front end off.
It's a bit cursed.
Yeah.
Oops.
But yeah.
What about the Hurricane?
World's worst carbon fiber hood on it, by the way. This, I'm sure you know TJ Hunt.
Of course.
He built the whole car. I haven't really done anything to it yet except this bonnet on the back.
This was his before?
Yeah, yep. And then the John Deere decals. He never touched the car, and when I test drove it, he was scared to let me test drive it because the splitter on the front's low.
Yeah.
So he cringed every time I scraped it. But I've broken that like 4 times now, so it's kind of like all scratched up. But I actually drive the car. I just love to actually like, you know, use the car.
Mechanically, what have you done? What is it?
It's a twin turbo Sheepy Race kit. This is a stage 1. That's a stage 2 plus. So this is 1,000 horsepower.
I mean, that's still mad.
Yeah, for sure. And this looks really good though. I swapped this out from the stock one, which is like almost all covered. You can even see through the back of the stock.
That's quite like the Aventador.
Yeah, I almost think it looks better than the Aventador, but it's all carbon. It matches the car really good. So we busted the old one out, and everyone complained, obviously, because we're destroying our Lambo. Yeah. But that was only $42,000 for that one piece. So we're
for the window.
Yeah. Well, no, 80,000. Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's 16 grand, but everyone's complaining when we break some parts, but they're replaceable. So, you know, it's like you can just fix it back up. But, yeah, so this one actually has twice the amount of exhaust tips as that somehow. But there's 7 exhausts on that. And then the, let's see. Yeah, I mean, it's mostly stock other than that. The wide body kit. So it's 6 inches wider than a normal Huracan. Which
you see, that works here, but what we were just saying about the UK, that would be horrible.
Really?
On our roads.
Yeah, I mean, probably. You don't notice it here because it's like a pickup truck.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm sure it would. It doesn't fit in a trailer, so it's too wide to fit in a car trailer unless it's over the wheels. We definitely drive everything here. There's nothing that doesn't get actually used or driven, so.
Including
especially that.
So yeah. I'm not gonna lie, when
I
saw your first teaser of dropping this through the roof, I was like, what on earth? Have things gone, like,
Really?
What direction are you going in? And why were you sitting inside it?
I wasn't sure the direction I was going with it either when that happened. We didn't have a choice but to go this direction though, so.
Well, when you bought the G, so I had a new G63 for 3 years.
Really?
From when this one came out.
Okay.
I never used it how you used yours, I'm not gonna lie, mostly being on the road. But what was your original plan with it? Not to drop it through a roof, jump over
they don't usually make red ones. So everything, we have this joke that everything we destroy here is red. Everything that we, not destroy, but everything that goes in videos because it helps stand out for thumbnails and it's just more exciting. So I bought it because it was red with the intent of doing durability testing on it. I didn't know how extreme we would get with it, but yeah, it usually ends up like this sooner or later. But yeah, I bought it with the intention of doing videos with it. So this was the intention long term. but I've only had it 6 months probably now. But
so you dropped it. It fell on its side.
Yeah, it fell on this side.
Hydrolocked the engine.
Fell on this side. No, I can't even tell. See,
it's been.
Yeah,
through
I think
the
it
walls.
fell on this side.
So I've watched when you took it to the motorsports park, and hence why the front end is all missing because you
Okay,
ran
you
it
already
through a
watched
tire.
that, yeah.
You ran it through a tire barrier.
Well, this is off not because the tire barrier, which is still on, but because the entire car is leaking oil now.
Oh.
So there's seals on the front that we pulled everything off to replace.
Yeah.
And they're still leaking.
Oh.
So I don't know what's wrong with it, but we're just gonna keep dumping oil in it. Okay. You know, it's a beater.
Keep working on it.
But yeah, you can drive it like 10 minutes and it dumps a quart of oil out.
Okay. Not ideal, but you have basically, you've dropped it, you've jumped it,
Yeah.
you've raced it, you've span it, you've been pit maneuvered in it.
Yeah, we took it to the sand dunes. We jumped at 100 feet.
That's ridiculous.
Which it handled really, really well. There's no suspension damage that's visible at all. It drives straight. You can drive it right now as long as you want, as long as you keep oil in it, and it'll be like a normal stock.
Really?
Not stock. It's 1,000 horsepower.
Yeah.
But
But
yeah,
even
that's one thing we forgot to talk about too. It's super quick. Was yours tuned?
Yeah, not
Yeah.
quite that far,
Okay.
but into the 800s.
Yeah. So, and they have bigger turbos and everything on it, so it's super, super fast.
Well, I think I just did exhaust, cats,
Okay.
tune, and it got to 8 something.
Really?
You did new
yeah.
turbos.
Yeah, and it's loud. Did you have just straight pipe exhaust on it?
No,
or?
I still kept one set of cats
Okay.
in. So
Okay.
I've heard in the videos
Yeah.
the cracks.
When we start everything up, you'll have to hear it. But
That's ridiculous.
so that's that. But it's probably I think it's honestly probably worth more now
Just because of how
because it's got
famous
character.
It is.
It's different than all the others.
It's just
Yeah.
slightly smashed in.
I like it though. It's a super cool car. It's like super, actually really good quality.
And I was quite impressed with the tug of war against the tractor.
Right? Yeah.
Like
and
it
that
put
was
up
it pulled it with no people in it. It's almost an even match. Yeah, we put these on it. We got some skid plates up here because the front bumper keeps getting pushed into the tires, so it just pushes against that metal.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, they didn't really build them for the level of testing. That
No, I think they could beef up their front end a little bit for head-on collisions, but
So I actually went to the Schöckl in Austria, which is where they test them near
Really?
the factory. So these are built in Graz in Austria. And
okay.
they develop the cars, taking them to the Schöckl mountain, which is why just inside the door you have that
Yep.
G Schöckl approved
yep. I
emblem.
saw that.
That place is seriously gnarly.
Really?
By normal standards, like driving up and down hills that
So
you
that's-
don't want to.
It's a popular mountain.
Well, it's the private Mercedes test facility.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, beast.
Sweet.
I've been enjoying following this because obviously having
Yeah.
owned one, I've always
Yeah.
wondered what it could do.
And like some things, if it's only on here for 1 or 2 tests and it's gone, that means it just failed that badly.
Yeah.
So this has been obviously only 2 tests right now, but we've done a bunch of other videos and stuff with it, and it is still like running fine. So other than the bent rod, which is my fault, so that's why it's still on here. If it bent the rod and it was the car's fault, we probably wouldn't have it on here still.
Fair.
But plus it's a huge investment, but technically the rod bending was my fault because I started it with oil in the head.
Yeah,
So, you know,
yeah.
I don't know if that could be considered the car's fault, but
But you didn't know when it was on its side.
right. I didn't realize the oil was just going right into the head, but the intake.
Well, that car has been seen probably by 20 million people or something
Yeah,
already.
yeah, and that's what I like too. When a car's here long enough and it gets that popular, it's just everyone loves it, and it's nice to have something that, let's say we do a ton of damage, we're just gonna fix it back up and let it keep going.
Yeah.
So
I mean, with some of these cars, but also some other things, you have had some super viral videos.
couple.
I mean, you've been uploading for 3 or 4 years on
Yeah,
YouTube.
I think 3.5, 4 years now we've been doing full time, probably 4 now. So, which only like a year, like actually knowing what we're doing.
Yeah.
I would say the first few years are just figuring it out, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I still have a ton to learn for sure. But
you-
yeah, I try to like make stuff that people enjoy watching, anyways. You
I think
know?
it's safe to say you are a mastermind of coming up with ideas.
Thank you. Thanks. Yeah, we take our time. Like the planning just for like the next video is probably 2 months out for this. You know,
Yeah.
we don't even really know what we're gonna do yet, but we just kind of come up with it.
It's all evolving. So what else do we have tucked in?
Then we have a
Hiluxes?
Toyota Hilux, which I don't even know where they're all. There's 3. There's another one out there. There goes our car to Vegas. This is the same as the truck we dropped from the helicopter, and I actually That's my personal one up there that we're not going to even touch or anything for a while.
That one's for safekeeping.
Yeah, it's just there to keep it, just because the truck is so immaculate. This one is 1 year newer, so it's literally, as they get newer, the Toyotas, just the quality went down and down and down.
Okay.
So even just 1 year of generation change, the suspension isn't as durable and everything, so I'm keeping that one for me. But
interesting. And then you've got the beat up Charger as well.
Yeah. What are those worth over there? You guys don't have them. So.
No, not really.
Does anyone want those? Is that like a sought after?
Yeah, no, for sure. There's certainly an industry.
Yeah.
In it. You know, I would actually love to get at some point a 60s Mustang to go in my collection.
Yeah, I think everyone over there likes American muscle.
There's something cool about it.
And everyone here likes vehicles from there because they're just different.
Yeah.
But
you like what you're not familiar with.
Yeah.
What's new, what's unusual.
Yeah, because no one else has it. But yeah, that car, for some reason, Chargers hold their value no matter how rusted out or garbage they are. So, or a 69 Charger anyways. So this car, no engine or anything, was $16,000.
For something
so that's what?
Well, right now it's nearly £16,000. It's about £14,000, £13,000.
Yeah, 14,000 pounds.
This is completely
with no engine or anything, but people actually like it because it looks vintage like that. They like that more than the new one almost.
Well, that's
yeah, I don't know why everyone loves Chargers though.
Time has taken its toll. That's
yeah,
how it is.
It needs some work. There was cars all in here and everything, but they're all scattered everywhere right now.
Outside.
But,
oh yeah, I see the tractor.
Yeah. So there's a tractor out there. We have there's a couple things. If it's not too windy, we can show one more Hilux. There's this orange Hilux here. That's kind of our farm truck. Here, there's not too much wind. This got hit by a boulder. You probably saw that yellow rock in the driveway. It hit this truck.
Ooh.
And it still runs and drives just fine.
I'm glad no one was in the passenger side.
It wouldn't have hurt him.
Yeah?
It just barely pushed the truck. The window's not even broken.
Hey, whoa.
Yeah, the window's perfectly fine.
Yeah, completely would have been fine.
So yeah, you would have been fine in there.
The glass hasn't shattered from that.
Right? That's why we have these. That's crazy.
Bulletproof.
So yeah, really impressive.
And that's the tractor from the drag race with the G.
Yep. I hate that tractor so much, so it's a pile of junk. They look good. You guys don't have tractors like that, do you?
Not too dissimilar.
No?
I'm trying to think what an older tractor would look like our side of the pond.
I'm not sure what all your tractors. Fendant? Do you have those?
Not sure.
No?
JCBs everywhere.
Yeah, a lot of JCBs.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not really a fan of it. That thing is it's got a lot of maintenance all the time. This is
GTRs.
my GTR, which I hate. I hate this car so much. I'll get in that car right now and start it and just keep it to the floor till it blows out. I don't even care. It's a pile of crap. Like it's $100,000 car. I have over $100,000 in it.
Do you know how many people in the world you upset if you say you don't like a GTR?
I hate it. And I just shredded one down there. All those parts. That's another one of those.
So wait, all the parts down over that way?
Yeah, that's from that, or another one of these.
Those were, well, that was a GTR an R32?
Yep. Skyline.
Poor car. Sorry to all the JDM fans out there.
Yeah, not really though. They deserve it. They mark these cars up so much, so I have 100,000 into this car.
Yeah.
And it still has issues all the time, and it's fine now, but that's because I have 100,000 into it. So I don't know.
But by the time you've done that and you're that heavily invested into it, you kind of got to keep it in good shape, right?
I mean, it doesn't look like it's in too good a shape. There's a big boot print in the side of it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a fan of it at all. Like it's fun to drive when it's running, but other than that, no, not really. I don't know. A lot of stuff like the I would compare. Anything that's in here is worth keeping in here because it's not gonna break instantly. I'd say of all the stuff in here, powertrain issues, times that they haven't started or ran, is never. They always will start up and run, no matter what the conditions or anything. Anything out there is not always gonna start up and run. It's just like they didn't take their time to design it. So I don't know. We anything that we are keeping around a lot is something that's actually a really good vehicle. Yeah. So. Which this will be when it's done. We're trying to work out a lot of issues right now because it's new, being built. But yeah, especially these two and everything. When I drive it, I will find the weak link, and if it's gonna keep running, it's because it's been through a lot. So yeah.
Should we grab some keys and make some noise?
Yeah, let's. I think they're all in them. What do you want to see first?
Over to you.
Probably this, because it's not gonna gas up the whole place too much. I don't know. It probably will actually. It's just all gonna go up. So this actually is obviously 2 engines, but they both start and run right now. Do they, Tyler? Since you pulled apart? Front belt's off. So we can't. Okay, we'll just start the rear, I guess. The front, we're working on it, so.
I'm gonna just hang down here.
Okay.
You've got like a built-in obstacle course.
I can't even rev it. The pedal doesn't work.
Not hooked up, just starts.
Yeah, it has some electrical issues because they're trying to figure out how to power 2 engines together. So it's like no one's really done that yet.
So you're literally working on this here. You're kind of trying to crack how to do this.
We're trying to do this ourselves so that we're familiar with it, because there's so many custom things on it, and it's like everything that's on this has to work together because they're all such like oversized components. So we gotta like custom order the brake system, and it's a ton of work.
It takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
If we come around the front, it looks particularly neat.
Yeah, for sure.
How deep underwater have you had this? Like you were driving it
well,
seriously.
for now, you can see that water line on that box in the middle. For now, that's how deep we've had it. So probably 6 feet.
Yeah, over our heads.
And that was nothing, you know. But when I drove it into the water, it was like pretty fast, and the water came over my windshield. That's how high up in it. Yeah. But yeah, we took the original one in the ocean. So we had those. We had 8 tires on it. There's 2 on each.
Yes, I remember. Yeah.
And the goal is to do that with this one. Now everyone's saying it weighs so much and everything, but
there's so much air in those tires.
Yeah, the dual. Well. Still not quite enough, I don't think, but the dual tire is going to be an air tank.
Yeah.
So it's going to float.
Okay.
Like it'll be just not even a tire, it'll be a big aluminum tank.
Oh, okay.
With paddles.
Yeah.
So it'll just be like, it'll float.
So you'll be able to float and drive this thing out in the water.
It should. So we're going to have a big pond out here soon.
Okay.
And then we'll be able to test it out and make sure that it's going to last. And then we'll take it to the ocean.
Yeah. Days since the last incident.
Yeah, 1 day. That's our record so far. Something's probably gonna happen soon. We'll probably have to change that to a 0, but.
Should I leave now while I'm safe?
Honestly, I'm surprised you haven't had something happen yet while you're here. We've really toned it down. There's
nothing's moving.
Yeah. It's really, see that trash can? Right here on the marks all over the side of it, and you see that mirror? Yeah, everything. Every night this place gets really messed up. There's a whiteboard over there. See these crazy carts? Yeah. We strapped one to run on its own, and all the parts flew off. We had clamps on it, and they flew off, and one went through a whiteboard and just went straight through it. Whoa. And then that window, see that window? Mm-hmm. Part went through that. Yeah, we messed up some stuff in here. But at least it didn't smash up the Lambo or something. Not yet. But yeah, all right. Well, let's. I'll probably let these 2 run for a second before we deafen ourselves. Yeah, because it's got to be kind of hot, but it'll spray flames. 8 feet out. In here, that's going to be painful. I'll start both of these probably. How many miles have you done with this? Driven it a lot, or? I have probably 5,000 I've put on it. You know how it works. I've put 25,000 on that. Oh, really? Yeah. Wow, good effort. I drive that all the time, for sure. Cool, let's take a listen. Get the R8 started as well. That's louder. Pulling the G down. Yeah, we'll start this too. God, you've beaten this up. Yeah. Are there any panels that aren't damaged? Yeah, the windshield. Is it the first windshield? Yeah, yep. That's the original glass? Oh yeah. The only window that's broke is this in the back. Wow. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh gosh, that's had some.
It's actually pretty loud.
Yeah. Let me. Getting noisy in here. That is pretty loud. You weren't wrong, that is pretty loud.
It is the loudest G-Wagon ever.
Wait. You have to hoist the door up to close it.
Yeah, the hinges are bent. I'll probably crack this.
Yeah, that makes sense. A graveyard for car parts and
Yeah,
stuff.
the Skyline was there that we destroyed, but I put this here. It was steeper. This garage door just to jump stuff through the door in here. So,
As you do.
this is really, really loud.
Okay, well I've got some earplugs in.
I told you.
That was ridiculous.
I told you it's pretty loud.
I have no idea who can hear what.
When it popped.
Yeah, full on flame ball out the back. Wow. Wow. Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous.
I'll see, that spits a lot of flames, but I don't know if it'll do it because it's
Not hot enough.
it needs to be like really hot.
Whoa!
You get some flames?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Is it on fire?
wouldn't even be surprised. It's a massive like
Was
just-
there? Yeah, it just dumps them. Yeah, I think this is actually warm. Yeah, there's a lot of heat now. I'm surprised. You gotta like just hammer it down.
Yeah.
It'll do it.
The noise is
But,
mad.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Sheepy Race has like a pretty good flame tune, I will be honest. Yeah, especially when you're on the highway, if you downshift to, let's say you're going like 60, you downshift to third, and you just gently tap the brake, you hold the pedal all the way down the gas, and it'll spit flames while the car sits there, and when you let off the brake, it just takes off like a jet.
Wow.
Yeah, this was detailed a week ago.
But you were filming with it, right? You were sliding it
No,
around.
this is just driving it down my driveway.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this is just from, I don't know, it got rained on a couple times, but.
So what's your daily?
What's that?
What's your daily? Like, what do you drive every day? What's the to and from?
I don't know. It's a different one every day. I don't drive the same car twice.
So sometimes this.
It's honestly it was this until until I wanted to drive that, and then I blew the clutch in that, so that doesn't drive right now. It's stuck in second gear.
Oh, okay.
But what I do? Oh yeah, my dually. I have a F450.
Okay.
That I pull stuff with, but I don't know. I
Yeah,
kind of just switch because by the time I'm done driving something for a couple days, something will be broken, and it has to come here.
Well, if you're driving in and out on a long.
Yeah, honestly, that driveway does damage to all the body panels.
Stuff just goes wrong.
Yeah.
So what's next? What can you tell us? What
What's next as for videos, you think?
cool things down the line? Things in your mind? Whistling Diesel.
What we're gonna? Oh, there's we're doing a thing this weekend in Indiana. My dad's skid loader was stolen 15 years ago. So we're offering a $500,000 award for that. And we have
So
all of these.
Rewind for those who don't know. It was stolen 15 years ago.
Yeah.
But you're trying to track it down now.
When I was 7 years old, I think. And I'm trying to find who did it.
Yeah.
And I mean, if they want the money, I'm sure their family or friends was gonna rat them out. But
$500,000.
we printed all these flyers, 50,000 flyers.
Whoa.
$500,000
Award for
award.
information leading to the conviction of the people responsible for stealing my dad's 1999 John Deere 250 skid loader.
Yeah, so
Wow.
we're trying to catch them, and I'm sure someone's gonna talk. And a lot of people were talking, if it was that long ago, how are you gonna convict them for it, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm sure if they've stolen that, they've stolen something else. Or if they've stolen that, they have something at their place that's
Yeah.
theft, you know?
But it's more fun to just track them down.
Honestly, yeah, it's fun as well. I kind of enjoy it.
That is the challenge of all challenges, to find something that was stolen a decade and a half ago.
For sure. And I don't have, well, we have some information. We don't know who it is yet, but we have some information actually. So I have some hints as to who it might be. We ride motorcycles a lot in here, and things just get destroyed, everything in here.
Awesome. Well, I've got to say thank you for having me.
No problem.
I've been following your stuff for quite a few years now.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Kind of like a guilty pleasure, totally different to what I normally film.
Yeah.
Pristine, clean, modern hypercars.
Yeah, well, no offense, but none of those people actually drive their cars really. Some do.
Not in the same way.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, I'm not gonna worry if it gets like a rock chip or if I hit an animal or something. I'm worried for the animal, but you know, it's just gonna happen. You can't stress out about that, you know? It's like if you bought the car, you got it to drive it, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, it is art, you know, it's fun to just sit there and look at it too, but.
Well, I absolutely love what goes through your mind to come up with these ideas to make it happen.
Thank you. Yeah. We do have, we're gonna buy a brand new Ferrari, I think, and we're gonna do a whole durability test on that. So I don't know if it's gonna be a 488 or 458, but
that might rustle some
feathers. We're waiting for the
feathers.
prices to drop a lot because no one uses Ferraris at all.
No.
For anything.
Not in the way you've used the G-Wagon. No one uses G63s in the way you've used the G-Wagon.
But those are meant for that. This is what's frustrating.
But anybody who's actually going to do that buys a G500 or a G350D or something, not a G63.
Yep. So I didn't even, before I bought that, I didn't know there was a G550 or a G63. I didn't know what that was. I just bought it because it was cool.
It is cool. Awesome.
I don't really, I guess he's
I'm not sure how much of that was on the video.
He's got a beat on his car. Anyways,
awesome.
Sweet. I think that's about it for the collection here.
Thank you for showing me around.
There'll be a couple more things. Come back when we get the Bugatti though. That's what will be really interesting.
I'll be here.
Yeah, there'll be a Bugatti right next to this, I'm sure. Next week probably.
I look forward to it.
Thanks, man.
Awesome. We just brought my car inside to take a quick photo, but it is time for us to hit the road, which means back up the gravel driveway. We just went for a quick run actually up to the very top of the hill in the unmarked cop car. But yeah, let's take this easy as we make our way out. What a place, what a guy. Really interesting to talk more with Cody, to find out more about Whistling Diesel, where it began. I'd really recommend checking out the Roman Atwood podcast as well. They did a lovely, lovely chat about so many things. But a huge thanks to all of the team for hosting our visit, to come here today, to hear about what's in the works as well. Probably two very different worlds colliding. Two different worlds, I suppose, my hypercar, supercar kind of thing, and the sheer craziness of everything that Cody gets up to. To be honest, I've been a watcher of these videos for a long time, just out of amazement, shock, wow, intrigue, and now to have been here and to have seen Monster Max, to have seen the Hurricane and the R8, and to have found out more about what's happening here. For example, the banked curve and the plans with that. But for now, it is onwards for us. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very, very much to Cody for hosting us. I hope you've enjoyed this inside look visiting Whistling Diesel. That's it for now though. I'll catch you again very soon. Cheers. Just for the record, this is of course a private property, as the signs on the entrance driveway suggest. Please do not just turn up here. It's very kind of Cody to have hosted us today, but please do respect his privacy.